Hello and a merry 2024 to everyone. I've been rearranging my studio again because I can't help myself, and I've made this little corner here. So let me know in the comments if you like this setup. It's quite good. I've got the backdrops now, the shelves here, the couches here. I haven't treated the leather couches, so they're just kind of, if I move about too much, they're a bit squeaky. But I will work on that. I left the remote exposed on the couch. What an amateur. So what I want to say today is that in the interest of funding this channel, funding my works, funding all our future projects, I have joined a paid GM site. Specifically, I've joined Start Playing, which is quite a neat little site that pretty much anybody can join. You join as a GM, you set your price and your game, and you advertise your games there, and then the plethora of players who are on that site can join and join your games. Now, I can't say I've always been an advocate for pay-to-play gaming. I felt a bit weird about it for when I first heard about it, when it comes up. I know a lot of friends who do it, and I've nothing against that. But I think, like a lot of people, it felt a bit strange to be sort of advertising yourself as, hey, as a dungeon master, as a games master, and like charging people to come play a game with you, which we mostly sort of do for free with our friends for fun. So it felt weird to me to be monetizing a leisure activity like that. But to be fair, it is a logical way of doing these things. A lot of work goes into running games, and a lot of time and effort, particularly in something like D&D that is very clunky and everything else. And you've got to have a lot going on, and also you've got to buy the materials as the person who runs the game. You've got to be at least the one person that's bought the materials. Everybody else maybe won't have, but you have got to buy materials and invest time and money into this hobby. Especially if you're a forever GM like I am, it is a little bit of a burden to take on that, a burden that the players don't have. They don't have those things. Eventually, players get obsessed and start spending all their money, time and money on these things as well. But it is a lot of work, for lack of a better term, even though it's doing it for fun. And also, it's not necessarily easy to find somebody who wants to run these games, or somebody who can competently run these games. I used to run learners games at Cakes and Ladders in Wood Green. And people loved it because it's so hard to find somebody who's going to put the time and effort into to do that. And whilst you can organise it amongst your friends, these things are very haphazard and they can fall apart unless you have like a regular routine. So I can see how there's a people who want. I can see how there's a market for people who want to play more. And can't pin down somebody who will run games for them. And if they're doing it in their spare time, they're not necessarily going to be that committed to it. If you're doing it in a paid format where somebody is paying you to run a game, particularly run a game that maybe they don't own or they're not that familiar with, they don't have the materials for, then you are guaranteeing play there. You're guaranteeing that you're essentially just paying a membership fee to that game. So whilst it feels a little weird, I can understand why the market exists and why it's necessary and why it's very useful. Especially if people don't live in areas where they can easily get access to a game, or they just don't know people who play games, or they have disability issues maybe that they can't get out and do these things, so they need to sort of play online is the only way they can get to do it, or just whatever really. There's just a million reasons why somebody might need this. And I don't think it's necessarily out of order to charge if you're running games at a certain level, which I would like to think that I am running games at a certain level. I think that I've been doing this for over 2 decades, and I like to think that I've been running most of that time, and I don't think I have a style and a panache, I guess, that I bring to the games that really elevates them above the average. And I'm a very creative brain person. I'm always writing things, and I will offer you a unique experience. I won't run, a module or a recognizable kind of world and everything else, because that's just not what interests me. What interests me is creating something with the players. So you will get a tailored experience from me, with a unique world that will be expansive and created. Not necessarily, well, somewhat on the fly, but created as the game progresses, in collaboration with the players, rather than just me, railroading you through a module or something. that's the hard pitch. But what I'm really saying here is that if you want to play a game with me, you can come on to Start Playing and find my profile. There'll be links in below in the description to Start Playing, which you can find at any number of GMs, but also to my profile where you can see what games I'm looking to run. I'm currently advertising some one-shot kind of learner games for things like Paranoia and Fate of Cthulhu and Monster of the Week I'll do at some point. There's just these kind of games where I'm happy to do a learner's game for those, like a learner's one-shot to teach the system, and then I will start running campaigns for those games that if people are interested in them. As I sort of build up my profile, because I haven't run any games on there yet. But it's just all been creating it over the holidays. I've been creating it, and over the last week or so, I've been seeding in game templates and like creating a catalogue of games that I could run. I will probably run some DandD. DandD is still the most popular game. There's no getting around that. I'm not leading the revolution. I would love to lead the revolution against DandD, but ultimately DandD, or I guess Pathfinder, people want to play those crunchier systems, and DandD is kind of a good middle ground between the crunch. It's more on the crunchy side than it's not, but it's definitely like it's fluffy enough that you can get into it without having to feel like you need to memorize, tables of things and a whole like massive rule book. You can just sort of slip into DandD. So it's still very popular. I'm happy to run it as long as people understand that I'm running it the way I want to run it, not rules as written necessarily. But there's definitely a flavour there that people enjoy. So I will try and run some DandD on there. In sort of unique scenarios, but mostly I want to try and kick off some not more obscure but more indie kind of games, and more like games that I enjoy. So yeah, I'm on there now. Start Playing. I'll be trying to run at least a couple of games a week, or at least advertise a couple of games a week. We'll see how we go for sign-ups. You can sign up there. I'll often put an early bird discount on, so the first people who sign up will get it half price and things like that. I might start running some free session zeros maybe for to bolster campaigns and things like that. I would love to be able to run regular games on there, a couple of games a week at least, ongoing, just to help fund this channel. I'm very grateful, obviously, to everyone who already helps me fund this channel, everyone on my Ko-Fi support page, which again, Ko-Fi. I keep saying it wrong. It said Ko-Fi. They said on their Twitter, it said Ko-Fi to rhyme with no fee. I've really got to remember that. So my Ko-Fi support page, everyone who's contributed on there, Jan especially, my biggest contributor, Richard and everyone else who's in that. I should have memorised the names of people who are on there. But yeah, thank you for that. You can go there. Just throw in a couple of quid in there is also appreciated very much. In addition, we have the next run of the Mega Game coming up in February. That's already sold out, but I have the third run of my Mega Game coming up in April the 6th. That's Saturday, April the 6th, the third run of my Mega Game. Again, I'll put a link below to tickets for that. Tickets just went on sale a couple of days ago. So yeah, it's going to be another big game. You might have seen a video. You'll see another videos coming up soon, but you might have seen a video already for my on this channel about the big Mega Game set in Lovecraft's Arkham City, about kind of horrors befalling people as they try and just manage their day-to-day lives. If you don't know what Mega Game is, then watch that video. And also, there's a bunch of other videos on YouTube. Just search for Mega Games. Shut Up and Sit Down did a great one, which was kind of the big bolster to the hobby. But there's like the whole channels about them. But yeah, Mega Game on April the 6th. You can find tickets for that below, so you can come join me on Start Playing to join an online role-playing game hosted by me, or the Mega Game on April the 6th coming up. I'm still working on doing some more live stuff on this channel, like we did the Fiasco game. I would love to do more of that. That's in my back burner. Obviously, the big blow we had to this channel was that I lost all the camera equipment when the company I worked for went under, which was a big blow. But yeah, I don't have access to any camera equipment anymore, but I still have a lot of audio equipment of my own personal. What you're looking at here is my own personal equipment. So I'm actually pretty well set up, I think, now for podcasting. I think podcasting could be a good avenue. I know that you're thinking the world doesn't need more podcasts, but what if it did? So yeah, you could just play games with me. Come and play games with me. It would be amazing to fund this channel by playing games, because that's what I love to do. So that would be an incredible thing to do. But yeah, come and play a game. It would be fantastic. Check out all the links below, like I said. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. That's a fantastic thing to do as well, because it just helps bolster this channel. Drop a comment below if you like my new setup. If there's any games you'd like to see me running in on Start Playing, if you're curious, or if you have questions about how Start Playing works. Let me know your thoughts on pay to play. Like I say, I have a funny feelings about it. I've definitely, when I first heard about it, was kind of like, that seems weird. But yeah, now I'm kind of like, I get it. I think it's a good system, a good way of doing things for people that just want to play in a regular game. Again, thank you for watching. This is a bit of a short video because there's actually quite a lot of construction work going on in the building right now, so I can't record too much. I'll record some other vlog stuff at home, but yeah, it's going to be, I can't record right now, and obviously the holiday just happened, and I can't currently record for probably in about another week or so. I'm just recording this quite late at night while there's nobody in doing any work. But yeah, thank you for watching, and that's me. The end. That was unscripted, but I sincerely hope that I made a point there somewhere. I didn't just repeat myself over and over again and forget to say important things. I should script myself.